This is one of those games that could go either way. This is one of those games that could actually go either way, depending on who scores the first goal. Yes, that first goal was the spark. That first goal, that initial goal, and it happens to be an own goal. So that own goal created a bit of a panic in Chelsea defense line. Most of these guys have not been in Champions League before. Most of these Chelsea players, I don't think Chalobah has played in Champions League. He played in the Super Cup, but not in the Champions League. I don't think most of these Chelsea players has played in the Champions League before. Only a handful of them. Most of them don't have Champions League experience. So that first goal created that panic in the defense line. And now what followed was a penalty. So the 3 goals that Bayern Munich scored were not goals that they worked themselves. These were goals they were given to them either by the referee or by Chelsea defenders. But Chelsea works their own goals. So Chelsea did not necessarily have a bad game. No, they did not have a bad game. The scoreline does not even... Chelsea were not 3-1 worse than their opponents. They are not 3-1 worse than Bayern Munich this night. They were not. But then, we lost. We lost. That's the most important part. We lost. We had the point count. We didn't reach a point. But what an amazing game! Yeah, I have to say this. There's some places, part of this game that made me really happy. The goals aside, the first goal was a penalty. Second goal was the first goal was an own goal. Second goal was a penalty. Third goal was a giveaway ball by Malo Gusto, an assist by Malo Gusto. So the 3 goals that Bayern Munich scored were just free goals that were given to them. But that is it. But there are parts of this game that made me really happy. Let me talk about the beautiful parts, not even the negative part. Roberto Sanchez has always come into very strict media scrutiny about his nonchalant attitude in goal post. But look at him. That guy has always proven himself to be an A-list goalkeeper. And he does this in big games. Look at the amount of saves he made today. Look at the amount of saves Roberto Sanchez. Roberto Sanchez was a better goalkeeper compared to Manuel Neuer. The only direct shots that Chelsea had at goal, in fact, 2 shots that Kopam had at goal, both of them passed through Manuel Neuer. The first one was a goal, second one was a goal, but the second one was ruled off for offside. But look at the whole shot, apart from the penalty kick. The whole shot that Bayern Munich threw at Sanchez, he saved all of them. Roberto Sanchez saved all, including a one-on-one with Harry Kane, a one-on-one with Luis Diaz, the one from Lima. He saved the whole shot that Bayern Munich threw at him. He was only beaten by the ball that Malo Gusto gave away, one, plus a penalty kick and an own goal. And this game, this boss, you can't do anything about it. But look at Manuel Neuer, the whole shot that Kopama threw at him got into his net. So my point is that Roberto Sanchez is an elite goalkeeper and he's always proving that. Now, another thing again that made me happy was Kopama. Kopama, if things were done properly, Kopama should be winning the Ballon d'Or. But because PSG won the Super Cup, probably they could give it to him, give it to Dembele or. But then Kopama is always proving himself to be a big game player. Look at the finals. The goal they scored against Bayern Munich was akin to the goal they scored against PSG. Malo Gusto and Kopama collaborating to create the goal. Yes, Donnarumma knows about that goal. So Kopama is always proving himself to be a big game player. A big game player, Kopama. And another sparkling thing that happened, another thing that excited me was when this little boy, this our last born, Estevao Willian, entered the fray. Estevao Willian showed glimpses. He was not scared. His first game in Champions League, that little boy, give me the ball. He wants to have the ball. He always wants to have the ball on his feet. He had a lot of take-ons. He was not scared of anybody. So Estevao Willian is ready. Maresca should know that Estevao Willian is ready. He's not sleeping. So Estevao Willian showed glimpses of a top-class Champions League player. Now, another exciting part again was Garnacho came in. Garnacho did not even drop. Garnacho was going on, taking people on. Estevao Willian, Garnacho they were going on, taking people on. If not for the goal that Chelsea considered that made it 3, I have full assurance that Chelsea will have come back into this game. But then again, I am not so happy with Enzo Fernandez. He was so tired. He got so tired easily. I know that yeah, probably he's had a lot of games under his belt recently, but he was so tired. And whenever he's tired, because the one games he played, Caicedo played the same games too. But whenever he's tired, man, the midfield breaks down. The midfield breaks down. And thank God again, this guy Santos came in to stabilize this in the middle of the park. So there are some good parts in this game, and there are some not so good. The only bad part in this game was the kind of goals we considered. The kind of goals we considered are goals that were so avoidable. Bayern Munich did not create a chance to score a goal. It took our defense. It took Chelsea to give them those goals. They were gifted those goals. So that is why I'm kind of sad, because we will have done better. Yeah, we really should have done better in the defense. And I know how this game come up. These fixtures are not so fair to Chelsea right now. How you have you play Brentford just immediately after the international break. You have to play Brentford. After Brentford, we have Bayern Munich straight into it. After Bayern Munich, we have Manchester United playing straight into it. And managing the players with injuries and fatigue, somehow difficult for these coaches. For instance, Brentford, they are not playing in Europe. You see, so they have to play us with their best players and all their strength. But we have to reserve our strength to play against Bayern Munich. Manchester United, they're not playing in Europe. So they're not waiting for us to finish and come back to England. So they're still going to play us. So you see how it becomes challenging this time around, where you have to play two teams that are not playing in Europe in between a game in Europe. So managing these players, coupled with the kind of injuries we had now, we have a lot of key players out injured, and most of them are the defense line, Colwill, Badiashile, and all of that. Then Delap is not there. Only João Pedro keep playing. So it is not easy to keep up with this fixture, especially when they come this close with this kind of teams. Brentford played with the highest squad at the highest pace. We need to reserve some energy to play against Bayern Munich, coupled with the trip, jet lag. So now you're going back to England to play Manchester United again. So it is, I understand how these players feel. But all the same, all hope is not lost. It's just the first game. And I know we can do better. We are going to qualify from this group stage. This is Chelsea. This is champions of the world. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is happening. If we had a bad game today, I would have seen it. But I saw that most of our players were fatigued. So it's something we're going to work on. And I'm probably looking into increasing our depth by January.